Welcome back to another episode of HeyBucket Live. I'm your host, Sammy Glantz, and this week we have on a very special guest, the head coach of LSU softball, Beth Torina. Thank you so much for joining us today, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
I know you probably haven't even had the chance to let it sink in yet, but you just tallied your 400th win with the LSU softball program. What is that like, and how does that feel for you right now?
It's pretty incredible to think about all the amazing women that played in those games and the incredible things that they did and how much they gave for LSU and the purple and gold. You know, I didn't play in any of the games. I just had the best seat in the house and got to watch them play. So it's pretty cool to have done it with the same staff, with Howard Dobson, Lindsay Leftwich, Quinlan, our director of operations, by my side the whole way. So it's pretty cool that we were able to do that together. And we've seen a lot of great games with these Tigers.
So you started as a head coach with LSU back in 2012, and ever since 2014, your program has been ranked in the top 25 every single week. What have you and your staff done to create such a winning environment at LSU?
I think that, it goes to the players. I think we have great players in this program that work hard, and I think they work hard to establish a culture in this program and a standard too, and they work hard to uphold it. We have something that we call Tigers for Life, and it's our Tigers traits. It's 5-6 words that we try to live by. So trust, integrity, grit, energy, relentless, selfless. We try to live up to those things every single day. We call it being a Tiger for life. So we try to uphold those standards both on and off the field. And I think, that's a big reason why we continue to have the culture that we do, because we're really clear about our standards and what we're trying to live up to every day.
So what do you guys do with your athletes once they step foot in your program and on your campus? How do you guys kind of instill that process and what you expect in them every single day?
I think we start teaching right from the beginning. I think we start showing them these words, using them in what we do. Every day they get to nominate a player of the day, and they have to nominate them with one of these words. So we try to speak the language, I would say, around here. All of our kids know the definitions of what those things mean. Trust is believe our process, and selfless is LS over you. So we try to use them in everyday conversation and try to make them a part of not just what we talk about, but what we do every single day. So, and then I think when a new player comes to campus, we just try to learn them too. They're here for a reason. They're here because they've done so many great things in their past. So we definitely aren't ones to reinvent everything that they're already doing great. We're just trying to make their strengths even stronger. So I think we're trying to coach the whole person and trying to use what they give us and try to get the absolute best out of them that they're capable of.
During the whole break, when your 2020 season was cut short, what did you and your staff have to go through in order to, keep the kids engaged and just keep everyone in good spirits?
I think we did things similar to what a lot of programs did, and we had Zoom calls, had check-ins, we did everything we could, worked with our mental coach, Brian Kane, when we could. I think, we tried to do as many things as possible to keep them engaged. Sometimes we let the players lead some activities for us and some fun things for the group. So we really just tried as best we could. I think everybody was in such a tough spot. It still, I think, is kind of a hole in the heart of all of us thinking back to that season. But every day we get to take the field, it gets a little bit easier.
So a big part about what we do at HeyBucket is we focus on the prospects and what girls can do to play for a program like yours. What are some of the qualities on field and off the field that you look for in your recruits?
Well, I think if you look at our team, especially right now, you're going to see a lot of really good athletes. We have people that can do a lot of things. We have pitchers that can hit and outfielders that can pitch. And, we have just a lot of people that can do a lot of things. So we have a lot of versatile offensive players that can slap and drag and hit. So I think, we like athletes. We like people that like to work. We like people that have worked hard their whole lives and want to keep building on that. So I think just being a great athlete, keeping yourself a little bit versatile, being open to trying new things, and, just continuing to push yourself to be the best athlete you can.
Speaking of great athletes, you've had the opportunity to coach not only AJ Andrews, but now Aaliyah Andrews. And she's known as Aaliyah for a reason. She's making highlight reel play after highlight reel play. There was a classic moment that I was watching when you were mic'd up in a game and she ran through a stop sign. Can you kind of take us through that moment?
Yeah, I learned my lesson that day, didn't I? Never stop Aaliyah. Just let her run. But it was a cool moment. And I think we try so hard not to create robots on the field. We want people that know the game. You're going to see me talk a whole lot in practice and not a whole lot in the game. So I think we want them to have some feel for the game and be intelligent about it and understand it. So if Aaliyah thinks she's got that, then I'm going with her. I'm supporting her and I'm helping her the whole way. So I was glad that she went for it and she took her gut instinct and it won us a ball game. So we're so proud of Aaliyah and everything that she's brought to this program. She's an incredible athlete. When we're talking about athletes, she's definitely the first one that comes to mind. She's an incredible athlete. She changes games in the outfield. And then that's not even to mention the offense that she brings to this program.
And I feel like most coaches would be, upset if one of their players ran through a stop sign or whatever. But just to see you kind of laugh it off, and that was just really cool to see. What is your coaching style like? It seems like you have a ton of fun with your players.
Well, I think being in Louisiana is something special and different. I think, the culture here with Mardi Gras and all the things that it's about is just a little different. So one of our mottos is you can't beat crazy. So we're going to be loud. We're going to be crazy. You're going to hear weird things come out of our dugout. I can't stop it or control it. And honestly, I don't want to. I think it's fun. So I would say my philosophy is just to allow people to be themselves and to be individuals. And I think collectively bringing all those different individuals together as one group will make us strong. If we had all the exact same people that act the same way, not only would it be very boring, but I think it would be easy to get us out or easy to beat us. We've got to have different people for all the different situations that we're put in throughout the season. So I think allowing people to be individuals is really important to us. And then, still bringing all those different individual people together as a team. But you might see us playing sometimes with Mardi Gras beads on or, wearing a horse head in the dugout. You might, and we're for it. We like it.
We love it. Keep it loose, keep it fun. That's the LSU motto. What else does it mean to be an LSU Tiger and play for such an incredible school with such rich tradition and great athletics?
It really is a special place. And it's something that, even I had to learn. And now I've been here for 10 years. So I feel like a true LSU Tiger by now. But it's something that I even had to learn. I didn't understand just the people and the culture and the tailgating and all of the things that go with LSU. I mean, it's, gumbo and crawfish, and so much of it revolves around just sharing time with people, sharing food, sharing moments. Just the people and the culture of this community are amazing, and it fits right in with the university and LSU. It's just a very special place, very different than any place I've ever been, and different in a great, wonderful way.
You were a former right-handed pitcher at Florida for the Florida Gators, and your pitching staffs at LSU have been dominant year after year. What do you kind of instill in your girls, and how do you develop them to become these stars once they get to your program?
Well, I think we believe in them and I think we give them opportunities. I think one reason why we have a staff is because we allow them to be a staff, because we give people opportunities, especially early in seasons. We give them all the ball. They all get to have their moment where they get a chance to become something. I think it's been a long time since we've run it into a season where we've just said, hey, we're riding this arm the whole way. I think we believe in our players. We believe in giving them a chance to develop and become the best they can. And we give them some opportunities. And I think they've run with it. The fact that our team functions as a staff for the last few years is something I'm really proud of. They truly pull for each other. It is competitive, yet they understand that they each make each other better. You will constantly hear them cheering for each other and pulling for each other, whether it's in the bullpen or in a game. They really function as a staff, and I'm really proud of that.
With this season being so different in the fact of, you have some seniors that have come back for an extra year, and now you have your freshmen coming in as well. Have you kind of seen your seniors taking these freshmen under the wing and, just kind of taking that time to bring them in and make them feel like they're a part of this team?
It's been a very different year. There's been so many different challenges, and we have a bigger roster than we've ever had. We have more people. We, have had to manage so many things differently, and our seniors have taken a big role in it. And I think initially it was maybe scary for the freshmen to think, wow, these seniors are back. It's more competition. I'm going to have less opportunity. But instead, some of them have embraced it as, I never would have been on a team with Aaliyah. I never would have been on a team with Amanda Doyle, with Beth Gorsuch, So the fact that they're getting to have experiences with these players is amazing and life changing. I tell them all the time, you'll never be on this team in this moment ever again with these people. So live it up and enjoy it and appreciate the moments. And I think they're really doing that.
What would you say the identity of your team is this season?
I think we still don't know. I think we're still trying to find it out. And I think it's a long process. It's a really long season. We have a lot of young people in some really important spots that are still trying to figure it out. I think we didn't even realize how young we were in the beginning. You feel like they've been here for all this time, but then you get to an SEC game and you realize, wow, these guys have never played in an SEC game. They've never been to one. We didn't get to play one in the 2020 season. So, I think we're still trying to learn who we are. But I think our goal is to be that loose, fun, kind of crazy team that nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to see us at the end because they know we're going to fight and battle. I think that's always a goal. And then I hope that we always bring some versatility, that we can run, we can hit for power. We can kind of do it all. I hope that we're well-rounded and we're not too one-sided at any point in what we do.
You spoke on it briefly, but you guys are in one of the best softball conferences in the country. What's it like playing in the SEC conference with such incredible talent?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, anybody can beat anybody on any given day. It really has the feel of a super regional every single time you take the field. So it is competitive. It is awesome. It is challenging. The other coaches in this league are so intelligent. They make you bring your best all the time. You just can't take a pitch off. But I think our players love it. I think they live for it. I think that's why they came here. They came here to be challenged, and they are constantly challenged because there's really nothing easy about it. So I think it's why they came here, and I think they thrive in it and enjoy it, and there's just nothing like it.
Your mother, Betty, was a ovarian cancer survivor. Can you speak on the foundation that you started with Geaux Teal?
I think when someone in your family gets cancer, gets sick, it's a very helpless feeling. What can you do to help them? And so the first thing I thought of, well, I had these 20 young women sitting in front of me at FIU, my first head coaching job. And I thought, well, I'm going to teach them the symptoms of this cancer. I'm going to make sure that they know so that if anything ever happens to them. So the first thing we did, we taught them, hey, back pain, cramping, bloating, all these things that are normal symptoms for women. If these persist longer, then you need to get yourself checked out. The first thing was awareness. And then I said, you know what? Let's put some teal jerseys on these guys and send them out there. And maybe the people in the stands could become aware too. Lindsay and I got to LSU. We decided to do a teal game, and same concept that we had before. So after that, we got one email from someone in the community that had been very directly affected by ovarian cancer, and the Geaux Teal Foundation was formed, and it has been an amazing, amazing journey. Something I just feel so lucky to be a part of. We've had several walks with 1,000 people at each one. Last year, where we were able to operate in a full year, we raised almost $100,000 for the cause. So it's something I'm really, really proud of, and I hope we could just keep growing this cause.
You also started 20 Reasons for 2020. And I personally thought that was such an incredible thing that you did on your end, not only for your team, but also for teams all across the country, just to kind of pause and reflect and still see the good. What kind of inspired you to start that?
I just didn't want the girls to think that it was for nothing. Our team had worked so hard. We have such a cool team right now, and we've had so many teams that work hard, but this team is just workers. They're here all the time. They are, here when I get here in the morning and here when I leave at night, and they just love softball and they love to work. And I just didn't want any of them to think it was for nothing, because it wasn't. It wasn't at all. So, and while they work so hard for softball and They've done so many great things for this program and made history in so many ways. I mean, the most historical thing they ever did was stopping playing to try to do the right thing for our country, and making the ultimate sacrifice to try to help all of the people that they love in our country.
What would you say the day-to-day life looks like for one of your athletes?
I would say it's busy. It's very busy. They're going to get up in the morning and go to class, and we're fortunate to have our Mike Moore Performance Center. So we have our weight room right here at the field with us, in our awesome indoor facility. So our girls get to actually do their weights as a part of practice. So it's kind of a one-stop shop out here. And so they'll go to class, have some lunch, and then really they'll spend the rest of their day pretty much out here at Tiger Park. And when they're done with that, they're dinner and studying and trying to become the best students that they can.
What would you say makes your program different from the others in the SEC conference?
You got a lot of tough questions for us today, huh? um, I think just the culture of Louisiana, what I hit on before, I think it's just a very different place, very different feel. I think we know how to do some things just better than everyone else. Like everybody says they know how to tailgate, but I'll challenge them with our tailgates. And there's just so many neat things about Louisiana with, all the ways we celebrate and Mardi Gras and all those cool things I think are really special. And then I hope that our players feel respected all the time. I hope they feel like we appreciate them as people and not just softball players. I hope they think that we get to know them as a whole person. Our families are involved in this. I have 3 little girls that are here all the time that they are always with, and Howard's family, and his son is getting to be so close to the age of these girls. But I think that we incorporate our families into this so they feel like they are well cared for and well loved all the time.
All right, one more tough question before we get into our speed round, but what are some of the qualities and characteristics that you would like your girls to leave with? I mean, you are such an incredible mentor to all of these women, but what are some of the life skills that you try to instill in your athletes?
Well, we spend a lot of time talking about Tigers for Life. And one cool thing that has happened to me when players have left is, someone will send me a picture of the handbook where they got their new job, and it'll be talking about integrity. Or, somebody will send me a picture of something where, on their desk that says energy, bring the juice. So I think the fact that they're able to use a lot of these lessons and they're seeing how they actually function past LSU softball is something that I'm really proud of. We have a lot of girls that are coaching right now who are influencing other young women. So there's so many things that we're proud of. And I hope that they're taking a lot of these on-field and off-field lessons that they've learned here, and that they're truly living Tigers for life.
So you also had the opportunity to coach for the USSSA Pride, and you coached Jessica Mendoza and Natasha Watley. How incredible is it to see what they've done, not only for softball, but now to see their skills translate into Major League Baseball and to see all the progress that they've made for all women?
Incredible. It's one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do is be around them. And they are who they are for a reason. They are the most incredible people. They're awesome athletes. You could watch them play all day, right? And never get tired and just be in awe of all the things that they're capable of. They're some of the best players I've ever been around, hands down. But they're so special as human beings and people. They're so caring and giving, and goal oriented, and the things that they've done for our sport, for sport in general, is incredible. And every time I see them do something, I just feel proud to know them.
All right, so Coach, this is a HeyBucket signature that we like to do here. It's called our speed round. I'm just going to ask you 3 quick questions, and then we'll get you out of here. But to start us off, what is the best place to get a po' boy in Louisiana?
The best place to get a po' boy in Louisiana, I'll have to go with Walk-Ons. It's right here by campus. It's a great restaurant. They have so many good things that everyone would like.
Perfect. Everyone hit up Walk-Ons. All right, so you've been coaching for nearly 20 years now. What is the biggest lesson you've learned?
I think the biggest lesson is to stay true to yourself, and to use the strengths of the players that are in front of you and stay true to them too. I think so many times we try to create something that's not there. We try to worry about the things that we're not great at instead of focusing on the things that we are. And I think that's something that's really important is anytime you're doing anything, you're strategizing for another team, like what do we have that we can do well instead of what do we have to create to try to beat someone else? So I think just staying true to your strengths and trying to continue to develop them and use them to have success.
So in the off season, you had the opportunity to take up a part-time job. You were a kindergarten and preschool teacher for your three little girls. What was that like?
It was awesome and wonderful and terrible all at the same time. The time I spent with them is something I'm going to cherish for my entire life, though, getting to spend every day with them. I know that won't happen again, and I'm definitely glad to be back at LSU softball, but it was a really special time to be with them every day. And I have so much appreciation for teachers now. I would literally do anything for teachers because they are amazing and awesome. So it was a lot of fun being with my girls. And I'm just so thankful for their teachers now every chance I get.
Oh my gosh, I bet you must have your hands full. I mean, running an elite softball program and you got three little girls running around at home, but I know you have a great husband at home as well too. So he is awesome for doing all that.
Yeah. We rode a lot of bikes around our neighborhood. We knew every duck by name, every duckling, everything in the neighborhood, every dog. We knew everything by name, and we watched them grow and supported them along the way. So it was an interesting time, and I really cherished every moment.
Yeah, absolutely thankful for all those times, and I know your little girls are so excited to be able to have that time with you as well. So. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, and best of luck to you and your Lady Tigers this season. Go get them.
Thanks so much. I appreciate being here.
Thank you so much for watching. For more content like this, be sure to check out fastpitchfilms.com. I'm your host, Sammy Glantz. See you next time.